Hello, I believe I've started. This is, uh, yeah, I have started. So let me just bring a bunch of stuff up. I keep forgetting to post things. As you can see, I'm very like high energy today. Let me just do, let me just post here. And, I really should do a better job of checking this stuff. Maybe maybe if I install it on my phone, but delete all of the uh but disallow it from sending me what are they called? Notifications. I'll be able to handle them. Let me just copy copy a bunch of things. Okay. Before I go on break. And then like, I don't know, hashtag Mandarin or something. Yeah. Okay. So we're live. We've been live for a bit, even though I've been kind of unresponsive, I guess. Uh, but we are here and we are live, and we are switching live chat over to all messages because it by default uh only gives me top chat. Hope I didn't miss anyone because of that. That would be embarrassing. Uh, what else? I do need to get the Discord voice thing up, and then we could open this in split screen, and open that in split screen, and then have that catch up to live, and then swap the two. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so welcome, back maybe depending on whether you've watched the previous ones to our final Chinese Reconstruction stream of the year. And okay, what we've done last time is something which I forgot, but we can just quickly add these three sound changes, these three Jinan specific sound changes to the sheet to the spreadsheet. Sorry. Yeah, my voice is a bit blah today. But do I even need this tab? I don't. So yeah, let's just add that. So let's say that I smooths then what is it? Control Enter? Yeah. I goes to I don't know why I copied I. I can type that with my keyboard. I goes to word finally, but that's kind of given. Ow goes to all. Uh and under the same conditions. All in the same environment. Good. And after that, E breaks to yeah before an N. And finally, initial glide partition. So wa goes to the in initial position. And I think I just need to copy this bit because I have neither symbol here. Okay, so ra goes to ja. like so. Okay. Uh, now that we've done that, let's just check which ones are wrong. I'm pretty sure we were having trouble with the word horn, got, and the word foot, gyot, last time. So both of these, I'm pretty sure, end up as. Okay, time to delete the sheet. Oh, wait. I also added this. These are actually, we've changed these. So I should replace that with this. And then after that, we can delete this. And then rename this to, Xenon. Okay. Uh, so yeah, after these, really should be grouping these together, but whatever. Uh, I did end up checking because we were having trouble with uh to do and leaf last time, and I thought that maybe they had some sort of irregularity, or maybe I copied them down wrong, and that was the source of their irregularity. But that is not the source of their irregularity. Instead, or uh, well, the irregularity in the data. But that is not, in fact, the source of the irregularity. I did copy them down right, and the reason that they're um, the reason that they're irregular is something else, which I still don't know. Um, it might be a borrowing of some sort, but I don't know yet because we haven't gotten to that point. Now let's take a look at horn and foot. Both should end up as 解, yeah, 解 or 甲. Um, this one's almost right. This one does give one of the results we want. And I think since it's the more divergent uh reflex, I think I should keep this. Although this would imply that a lot of these not these sound changes, but all the losses before K would have to be redone, I think. Wait, these aren't even. Okay, so let me just actually import Harbin again, and then apply these sound changes, which I believe. Um, actually, let me just open up a new copy of that. Goodness, I really hope that. Yeah, we are good, I think. Uh, right. So let's just import a thingy. You got some. Yes. A friend has called me a nerd for doing this stream. Fuck him. Uh, Harbin, I think right. What was I importing? Let's import Harbin here. Let's import Jinan here, and then uh, and then the words. This should give us the wrong thing for foot and horn, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna be replacing that part with whatever we had over here. I think I just ended up deleting all um wait, did I have the right one? Wait. This one is yes, this one's that. Let's stop this rule before it gives us all the schwa phones. Uh and this one, yes, this one's the smoothing one. So oh, he called me a fucking nerd. Uh, to be clear, he wanted to clarify. Uh, said friend apparently likes adding swears before his descriptors. Next time I will get a recording of his voice and then plot all his vowels out. We'll see how he likes that. But yeah, where was I? I wanted, apart from, so these things can be salvaged. Just gonna drop these at the bottom here. And then what else? We don't want this one because that uh the word for tier doesn't become what are the tones again? Doesn't become lei. Instead it becomes lei. So we want to keep that W in the middle. And I cut myself off by hydrating. And there's also the foot and horn words. God, where are they? Yeah, here. Foot and horn, which shouldn't turn out like that. Instead, I think we should just delete them, delete the final K. So goodbye to that, and we'll see what comes out here. For foot and horn, we get well, okay. K doesn't disappear. That's an issue. Where did I make the stops disappear? The pataka. It's not this one. That has to happen before that. Yeah. Did I have an at here? Wait, where the hell did I put them? What the heck? Because they do disappear. They disappear before that. They can't disappear before this. It's not that, not that, not that, not that. Where the heck? Did I put it in the very beginning? Oh, because I wanted this to pattern with the final nasals as well. So anything made with the lips, and up, it goes to un and ut. So a dental made with the tongue touching the teeth. And so that's where that happened. And so maybe I just want this to maybe I just want K to go at the same time. And we'll see what comes out here. Yes. Close enough. Close enough. And then I guess in lieu of the K stuff, we want that to continue rounding, or I could just drag it down here. I am thinking of this thing where Y goes to. Oh, yes, I should be. I'll, I'll drag this down here and see if it messes anything up. Although, is that before? Yes, that is before the stop gets lost. So maybe it's not just that, but also before uh Vealers as well. And Vealers are like the K's and G's and stuff like that. And hopefully that doesn't mess anything up. Uh this one has the right outcome. So this is J like this. But I should be checking other words here. So anything with a yo. Yeah, this one gives the right outcome. Well, kind of, because it gives the right new outcome, but not the right old outcome. Which does seem to be a pattern among these Mandarinic dialects where it isn't actually round and instead it's uh a ya instead of a ya, like the French you. But yeah, let me just control F y'all. This one's right, that one's right. This one's right again. This one's right. This one's right. This one is fish, which is right. Why are there so many gyols? This is okay. This one gives the right outcome, I think, because you're Chang, right? Or not Chang, but Chang. You keep using the Harbin Mandarin tones, which I shouldn't be. Long. Yeah, Chang. So that is good. So if that's the case, I just want to export this as Jinan and then overwrite that. And then now comes the really, really exciting bit of checking against uh the other words or checking against what we have in the spreadsheet. So it's just can I do this way? Okay, I will need to mess around with OBS for a bit. Window capture, and then yeah, just whatever, it doesn't matter what it's called. Lexergy sound changer. Okay, and then I'm gonna move you over here, or no, this is actually not the best or thing to do this with. Um, I want the old version, I think. The old version, pop it in here, and then we load Jinan. And I meant to click on load. And then we can apply, well, we want to stop this before the final rule and then apply that. So we can see this. I do have to make this window smaller so it doesn't cover everything. Not that, but yes, that window should be good, I think. And then I need this window to go on top again. We do this? Is this good? Or do I want to do that? I do want to do that. I do want to shrink this though. Yes, that should be good. That way we can see both the outcomes and the sound changes at the same time. Means I could actually finagle this so that they both fit on my screen as well. Okay, so once more from the top. This goes to oh, I think I did actually apply that, which I shouldn't. This rule shouldn't be here either. So let's just remove that and save. And then we can apply that. And then we should get the right thing. So this X tone would be the 5/5, so the high, in this case, for this one, it's hua. This one is the original tone would be 4/2, so this is B. Well, B is 4/2. H would be 2/1, so this is Qi. Um, X again. Shui checks out. Zui checks out. She checks out. And finally A would be 2 and 3. So xue kind of checks out, but only for the new one and not the old one. Bone goes to gu. Uh, yu goes to ni. What is this? Root goes to wait. Why you no work? Oh, because I don't have the very very important rule of this one. I managed to stick combining a combining tilde in here, which is to pat myself on the back. Kind of impressive, if I do say so myself. Um, but no, yeah, I'm surprised that it actually works. Um, let me just say that again in case I forget. So after you being ni, we have root being ge, and to come being le, rain being yu, uh, I being the not the archaic one, but the new one. Name being Ming, which is correct. Laos being Shi. Well, that's not really correct, but I think I didn't end up reconstructing anything for this, so I don't know what the original form is because it's kind of irregular when it comes to the initial consonant, and there it's the only initial consonant of its type, I think, or something like that. There was some irregularity among the entire data set that made me think uh, it couldn't be traced back to their common ancestor, or not in a straightforward way, at least. Uh, for Wing, this goes from Qi Bong to Chi Bang. Or wait, sorry. In this case, it would be Chi Bang. But the original tone is correct, sure. And bang, we don't have the tone because this is unstressed. And so they just record the unstressed syllable as unstressed without a tone. Meat goes from nyuk to, or sorry, nyuk to zhou. Or did I fricate that right? Zhou. Zhou. Uh, hand goes from shoot to show. So that's right. Fly, the insect, goes from ying to ying. For two, that is right. Night goes from ya to ya, which looks right. What's next? Ear going from ni to r. That is good. Have this. We don't have the original form, but in this case, I reconstructed bot. This goes to b, or sorry, not b, which looks right. The issue is that I'm not sure that this could actually be reconstructed to the common ancestor of everyone, because it only appears in the Mandarinic bunch. So maybe it was taken in by the Mandarinic languages. It could be reconstructed to the ancestor of the Mandarinic languages, but not the ancestor of them and everyone else in this data set. Now, to do. We did end up having Zhou, but I'm not sure how that came about. The literary one, which is likely a borrowing from something, or which is, I should say, which is more likely a borrowing from something, uh, exhibits the regular reflex here. So going from, well, one of the regular reflexes. So it goes from 走 to 做. And So it's possible that this one is actually the regular one. Um, or it's possible that the regular outcome became the literary form, much like how the native Germanic word blossom ended up at a higher register or higher like social register than the Norman French loanword flower. Yeah. So it's not a guarantee, but usually the colloquial words um are more likely to be native. So yeah, but the issue now is that I am not sure how this zhou came about or zhou because I think the rules there's a rule of becoming e before ya and becoming o before wa. So this would be zhou or zhou. Yeah. Uh, but yeah. So back on the trek. The word for house becomes u, or sorry, I'm using the Harbin tones again. Becomes u, which is right. Um, stone goes from ja to sh, so 4-2. That's right. Otherwise they're like shetou, but or sorry, shi. Wait, no, that is not right. That is not right. It's not sh. It's not sh. It's shi. So that means I can't group these together. I will have to uh why is this two? It shouldn't be two. Oh, right, because I moved them down. Um, which means K probably has to be lost earlier on than let me just put this here. Actually, do I even need that? Could just do that because I had to exclude Vealers from the rule in Harbin. But in this case, I want that to happen to Vealers as well. But then now we want K to disappear before that. And hopefully this is a straightforward fix. If we apply that, take a look at rock. So ja becomes shi, which is good. So let's save that. Stina. Okay, so this is all. I don't think any others. Well, there are a few. Rho gives the same thing. Let's see if there's anything else with a K final consonant. No. The answer is no. Okay. So we can continue. At least I did. Yeah, I don't think that should affect anything else because that just affects words with a final K. So let's continue. Bitter is cool, going to cool, uh, without any change essentially. Uh, to say is gong, going to jiang, which is good. Tooth goes from nga to ya, which is good. Hair goes from fa to, well, fa with an unknown tone because it's unstressed here. Big goes from da to da, which is good. And then let's go check the next one, which is one. One goes from it to yi, which is good. Who I don't really want to reconstruct anything, but like this seems like the correct one. So going from 入 to 睡 but instead it's she. And we can see that variation in Harbin. I think it's pretty clear when it comes to this outcome that it's because the word who often appears in an unstressed position in the sentence, and so it just kind of loses. Oh, it won't let me edit it. It just kind of loses bits more easily. Hi, Olivia. You're an all-star. Okay, so singular they goes from ta to regularly it would be ta, but the difference is that in okay, so we can remove this. Uh because the other two pronouns have the same tone. So instead of 我, they have the, or well, I shouldn't even say that. Instead of so because I, the tone for I is 5-5 the, and the tone for you is also 5-5 ni. So the final pronoun, which is the third person singular, uh very easily gets contaminated by those and end up as ta in the same tone as the rest. And this explanation came to mind because that same thing happened in Cantonese as well. A lot of the others have their uh, third person pronoun in a different tone, but then Cantonese has 我, 你, 佢, all in the same low rising tone. So I think that's probably the explanation that makes the most sense for Jinan. But yeah. Okay. Uh and then we have I should probably continue removing things that aren't relevant to Jinan. So yeah. Uh to hit would be da, I think. Yeah. Da, if I could find it. Yeah, it goes from da to da. And then foot goes to 撅, or sorry, 撅. Again, I keep using the wrong tone. 撅. And then horn goes to either 撅 or 假. I'm just kind of taking one of these as the one I want to aim for. This one's the 撅 is actually the one they put as their default, but 假 is the one I ended up getting, so I'm sticking with that. And I feel like it's possible, don't quote me on that, but it's possible that they're different. Uh, I feel like the fact that they're different should be, or the fact that this one has a different outcome than this one, unlike standard Mandarin, should be taken into account because it's likely that standard Mandarin influence would make people like tend to merge the two or something like that, which is why I would rather preserve the different outcome here. Okay. This proximal yeah, the there's like a fancy word for this that linguists use. Uh what is it? Like the proximal demonstrative pronoun or something like that? But yeah, it's just this. This comes out as ja, which is good. Uh and I'm assuming that the original is jia. Okay. And fish is nyo, becoming yu. Yesterday, guess it could be like swap or something like that. And if we apply that, this should give us the same or the right thing, I think. Which is 做. What implications does this work have for what is it? For real languages? Uh I can't tell whether you're trolling or not. But but yeah, um this is just what historical linguists do. They try to find the history of languages by comparing the ones that exist now. And so hopefully with that we can figure out how the languages have changed over time. But yeah. Yesterday um yeah. Yesterday is wait, all right, we were looking for it. Yeah, this would give the no, the tone is wrong, but there isn't a 5-3, which makes me think that this is a changed tone, but I have no idea what the original is. But the consonants and vowels are right. Oh, actually, I forgot about one thing, so let me just quickly do that. Let me just do that real quick. So give me like 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. Uh, all right. So yesterday, consonants and vowels are all right. Uh, to drink, it'll be hot. Hot goes to h, so that's right. Uh, black goes from a heck to hey, which is not right, which means that this is much more complicated than I thought it would be, which is unfortunate because um, I was hoping for it to be simple. Okay, so I mean, could hmm, I could in theory say that it's a borrowing from to drink or from Harbin, but I don't know. I don't know. Uh, it's possible in theory, or we could. I feel like that's a bit more convincing. The word for black being um hey, uh being a borrowing because we see uh, not sure. Is that the only representative of this branch? Let me quickly check. Quickly check. Uh, what's it called? Uh, this is spoken in. Okay, I think. Whoops, that's not the thing I wanted to do. Uh, is that the thing I wanted to do? No, it wasn't. Uh, I wanted to add this to the bar. Hopefully, it didn't ruin everything. God dang it, it did. Uh, okay. Let's hope I did the proper saving. So we were up to like yesterday, which is yeah, we didn't save that, but that doesn't quite matter to me. Um, yeah, I'm keeping that, I think. We didn't save the word list. Is there anything we should check this? And this I did save, so we're good. Let's see what this is. This is part of the Jilu Mandarin group. So who else? Who else is in this? They're the only. Hmm. They're the only example of that branch I think that I have. So, oops. Uh, yeah, I think I could say whatever I want. Or in theory the correct thing to do would be to check whether it has um check the other members of the group to see how that ended up evolving. But huh, is a borrowing, and I'm just gonna declare that ex cathedra. But yeah, okay, that doesn't really matter. Like the stuff we've lost doesn't really matter. So let's continue. So I'm saying that this would regularly have been, but instead it just became, it comes out as he because it was borrowed from the a more prestigious dialect. I'm just going to do that so we can see the outcomes like so, without the interference of uh, allophonic forms. Yeah. Naval. Uh, we have the qi bit, right? Or the consonants and the vowels of the qi bit, right? But let's see. Where were we? But they use a different form for the first bit. And let's just get rid of these and then just save them here. Okay. And so naval comes out as G, goes from G to Qi. Regularly would be Qi, but we don't know. To stand, they just use a different word entirely. So maybe I should like blank this out. Instead of the regular or the more popular gyo, instead they have what I would assume is dam, but we don't know. We don't know. To bite is goes from ngao to y'all, which is good. So going through stages like ngao to meow to yao to y'all. So the final ow goes to all. Back boy. This one is actually regular. So but it's um kind of an extension of the meaning, as in like kind of sneakily, like behind someone's back, so to speak. So this goes from boy to uh bay. Same change here, going from feng to feng. Kind of like the no, it's not exactly like the English strut split, because this one's regular. This one this one happens after labials, so you won't find like bong or feng or pong or mong in Mandarin. Instead, it's all peng, meng, feng. Smoke goes from yan to ya, which is good, which is very, very good. What just gets too dissolved, too blended together to do anything good with, because again, these are like the pronouns, which are or the interrogative pronouns. Is that the word? Uh, because of because they're interrogative pronouns, they usually happen in a low stress environment, and so they just get kind of smushed. Okay, child going from Roy to he. No, this would be he. This is probably a tone change again. So using the tone from this one, which is hair, uh, I declare that a success because I think I saw, yeah, other cases of like the original tone being 4-2 going to 5-5, and 4-2 is the one we actually want. So uh, I feel comfortable calling that a success. Egg, egg, going from da to da, to give, becoming either ji or gay. Hello, uh, Selming. I don't actually know. Hello. I don't actually know how you would want me to read your name, to be honest. Yeah. Um, but yeah. Hello. Welcome. Welcome. Uh, yeah, so you wait, where were we? Right. Uh, instead of going again, I'm also calling the first form of borrowing because I am a coward and don't want to rock the boat. So in the most absurd reconstruction, actually can't see that. That's bad. In the most absurd reconstruction I can. No, but I'm trying to be reasonable here. Trying to be reasonable. I honestly don't know how. Because I don't like this. This is the only one that gives gay in the other one. I'm pretty sure. So I'm not sure how this G came about. I would say maybe it's a borrowing as well. I hate the number of borrowings in here because these are supposed to be the words that are least borrowed across languages. But I have heard people complain about how these don't actually apply. Like the conservatism doesn't actually apply all that well to Sinitic. So yeah. So maybe it's fine. I don't like it though. I don't have to like it. Okay. So new um is 想, which is correct. Goes from xin to 想. To burn goes from xiao to 少, which is what we see. Uh, amazing. This one is fantastic. So this one wouldn't have been thing, but I think the one we used in the other one. So, no, but there are like two of these though. Okay, what I was, so my my trouble is that both black and to give rhyme, and I think with this one uh am reconstructing that this one is gek. So the problem is that both of these actually come out the same, or at least if it's borrowed, it feels like it's weirdly the same thing that gets borrowed. So maybe I do have to reintroduce the original um thingy here. So let me just drag this over here, get this out of the way, and then copy whatever K bit that was here. That is not the right that is not the right file. But yeah. Let me just import the Harbin one. And then we can read this off. So just this one single change. And then if we apply this, we should get for black, we should get hey, which is regular, I think. This goes to the right. Yep. This goes to 2 and 3, which is A. So that's right. And for give, this one actually gives gay. Or sorry, gay. Gay. Okay. Uh but instead this is that one. So maybe it's actually Gek instead of Gek. Um, and this should give because no, but then hmm. Does that mean there's some hypercorrection going on in Harbin? Sorry, that was a very disconnected chain of thought. But what I'm thinking is that if this is what's needed, Gek. Yeah, Kek. Yeah. That was very disconnected. But what I was thinking is that okay, no, Jinan is the one that's irregular. So this one should still be Gek. Yeah, very 4chan themed. I think yes. Yes. Everyone else has okay, I really need to put down what the tones are. But well, this one I'm pretty sure is the one we were expecting. But yeah. So it's this one that's irregular. And so let me just put down okay, tone irregular. Actually, all of these are tone irregulars. But no, what I was thinking is that if this one is indeed get as this would imply, then what you would get is because you have both pronouns in Mandarin in the same tone as gay, then I was thinking that if the original tone was in D4-2, or in this case 2-4, then it would be like 给我给你给我给你 and such. And so that could have been uh misinterpreted as a changed tone before another third tone, and the result would be that it's and so yeah. So instead of it being tone two and tone three, tone two, tone three, it gets misinterpreted as tone three, and the first tone three sounds like a tone two because that is a rule that happens. So but that doesn't check out because every other language has it in the same tone, which is the X tone. And so instead this one's the odd one out. So I'm keeping gay and saying that its tone is irregular. I don't know why yet. But yeah, new checks out, goes from sin to xia. Burn, yeah, we checked that. not goes from something like but to bu. Good goes from ho to ha. Uh, yeah, there's this is just going to be cross-checking against what we have. Cross-checking our reconstruction and the sound changes that allegedly take us to the modern form against our reconstruction. This will be probably the rest of the stream, honestly, because we're only we've just passed halfway done. Oh right, I guess I never did explain what why it's called proto. No, the Leipzig Jakarta list is just give me 1 second so I can bring it up. But yeah, the Leipzig Jakarta list is not formatted really well, but the list of 100 words used by linguists to test the degree of chronological separation of languages by comparing words that are resistant to borrowing. Uh, yeah, that's why I'm using. I'm basically using those 100 words maxim. Right, right. Uh, yeah, that's why I'm using those 100 words. Instead of the Swedish list, which is kind of based on vibes. Much yeah, because I think they've mentioned that did he there has to be something. List of 20 to 15, blah 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 blah, drastic weeding out. But like what I remember was like yeah, the Swadesh list was put together by more Swadesh on the basis of his intuition. So that's why I'm not using the Swadesh list. And also, there's also the Dolgopolsky list, which has like, which excludes like 5 of these words, and so I added them. Actually, I didn't. It's not just the Leipzig Jakarta list, but the Leipzig Jakarta list would end here. But then I also added like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you know, the other form of two, as well as the other stuff that's in the Dolgopolsky list and not in the Leipzig Jakarta. But yeah. So that's how this stuff works. What's that? Okay. Uh where where were we? Right. Um to know, going from G do. Or I'm actually not reconstructing the tone values. I'm mostly reconstructing the tone correspondences, but I'm like when I'm saying the reconstruction out loud, I'm basically doing like uh the level tone is like mid, the rising tone is like high, and the departing tone is like low, and the entering tone is like mid as well. So in this case, this will be 指, or sorry, this would ji goes to 指, which is correct, and do goes to oh wait no, yeah, that's right. Do goes to doll. No, not doll, but doll. I still can't voice my things right. I hate voice stops, and I cannot lie. Okay, now where is it? Where is it? The tones are mid, all right. Yeah, I'm spoken like a non tonal language speaker. There's a better way to organize those words, but I'm not gonna. Um, yeah, this one just doesn't have the word for that. So yes, I think. Yes, save that here. Good. Sand, sha, becoming sha. Um, laugh going from xiao to xiao. Again, ow going to all. Common sound change. I can't think of any examples right now. The only one that comes to mind is Japanese. So a bunch of, which is kind of the same. Like, I don't think there's any added value by explaining that. Uh, at least because the words are gonna be pretty much the Chinese words going from ao to all. It's basically gonna be the same. But yeah, to here, going from tiang to ting, which is good. Mud going from nei to ni. So sorry, ni. Uh, but tone change and stuff like that turns it into niba. Uh, leaf going from ya to ya, which is correct. I ended up checking this. I think last time this wasn't here, which confused me. But uh, after checking, it comes from an original 2-1 tone. So this would be ya. So going from yap to ya. Is it even possible to reconstruct tone values? I've never seen anyone try it. Um, I think a bunch of the people on the I think it's in the dump, right? I thought there were a few papers about it in the dump. Like, but most of those I think are from like first principles, I guess, because well, but we know that uh tonogenesis. We know that in the very very beginning, uh these were we have tonogenesis here. Tone change, santi, terracing, tone change, use of tone and inflection, phonetic notation. Where's tonogenesis? There we go. This, I don't think this goes over. No, okay. This does go over that. So it's the same in Vietnamese and Chinese. So the original, uh, during the atonal stage, to use its terminology, this ends in either an open, so, the quote unquote entering tone ends in a final stop consonant. So p, t, k. The quote unquote departing tone ends in an S, and the rising tone ends in a glottal stop. And so I think what people have done is look at how these consonants affect uh, the pitch contours of different syllables. Like, for example, I think one of those papers or one of those presentations ended up using a bunch of evidence from Spanish because sometimes instead of actually I hear it a lot where instead of people saying buenos dias, they say bueno dia. And so the S is starting to get lost, and that causes the syllable to gain this like breathy voice quality, and that ends up lowering the tone of the syllable. Dimp was teaching me this tonogenesis from OC to MC. Yeah. Honestly, it's just like glottal stop S and then stop consonant, which is pretty simple to remember if you want to remember it, of course. But yeah, red. Oh, and then later the split came from whether the yeah. It comes from whether the initial consonant was a voiced or unvoiced consonant. So if you keep your if you like feel if you put your fingers on your throat and if you feel it vibrating, that's a voice sound. So sounds like shit. Immediately out of examples whenever I need one. But yeah, sounds like nasals in English at least. Uh, ung, um, and z, the z and v, so z, v. The technically also b, d, and g, but they're kind of weird in English in that when you start a word with them, they might not actually be voiced, and instead they're the unvoiced b, d, g, uh, instead of b, d, g, if you can hear the difference. Yeah, leaf. So another example of a voice consonant is this one, which is ra. In theory, the same sound as the Dutch G, but I think it's a bit different phonetically. But yeah, red is rong going to hong. So the difference between these is just that you shut off the voicing because now the tonal difference is doing all the work. We actually see this happening right now in I like to say Korean, but Korean stops are weird. Uh, the actual example is actually Afrikaans, where the stops have merged in voicedness. Well, they've both become unvoiced, but then the original voiceless stops are higher pitched and or start as higher pitched, and the original unvoiced stops start at a lower pitch. And so I actually don't know Afrikaans, so I can't give any examples. But that's an example of tonogenesis, of creating tone from of tone being important to distinguish the meanings of words instead of just being an effect, instead of just being an intonation, like when you're asking a question. So yeah. The next one is liver, which okay, this actually changed. I was kind of I was like, there isn't any change, but no, there is. Going from gone to ga, hiding, to hide. Going from which one was the outcome? Tang. So going from zong to tang. So let's save that. Um, skin going from B to P. Again, some of that devoicing going to work. Um, I've actually glossed over a bunch of this. If this is your first time watching this, I've glossed over a bunch of the tone changes. But what happened was, can we see this? We can, sort of, maybe. Okay, here's the mess, I think. Or is it here? Here's the mess. So ignore this, but essentially tone split was all the voice sounds becoming a lower tone and all the unvoiced sounds becoming a higher tone, or maybe just staying where they are. And then the change was that all the because originally in Sinitic there were three sets of stops. So to use the labial example, you had buh, so the voice stop buh. If you make it, you should feel your throat vibrating, buh, and then the unvoiced and unaspirated stop buh, which um, what's a good example of this? Like the p in the word to spit. Um, so that one often gets misinterpreted, or I say misinterpreted, but often gets interpreted by kids as as a B because at the start of words, English voice stops aren't actually all that voiced. And I think Jeff Lindsay has a good video on it. So let me see if I can find that. Jeff Lindsay on voice stop. Yeah, this one. Uh he has a bunch of examples in the video uh where is it? I don't like how he primes you with the images, but if you just listen to the examples, it should be kind of, well, if you're a native English speaker, it should be pretty, yeah. Try to let me do this.
By certain preceding sounds. Let's start by listening to some English words that I've taken from a range of online dictionaries. If you're familiar with phonetic symbols,
Oh, come on.
think about how
beach, beach,
Ignore that.
door,
door,
door, door,
green,
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 But yeah, you heard that it was I would assume that you heard like door and green, but what he did was cut out the S from store and the S from screen, and that was what you should be hearing. Or, well, what I would expect you to have heard. But yeah, so anyway, the point is that that's the second stop in uh originally in Chinese, which is an unvoiced but also unaspirated stop. And finally, the third one is the one we're all pretty familiar with, which is pataka. Um, so yeah, so what happened in the history of Chinese is that all those voice stops went into a lower tone. So what was originally uh b b p became b b p. Maybe I should exaggerate that difference a bit. So it became b b p. So you have the first one being low, b, and the others being high, b and p. And after that, the b became unvoiced. So now the difference is that in the lower tone you have b, you have a lower b and a higher b, and so that is how the tone became the distinguishing factor between those initial consonants instead of the actual voicedness of the consonant itself. So we see this happening here and here and here as well. So with red, with to hide, and with skin. So, but in these cases, because of some tone stuff, instead of devoicing to ba, they actually devoice to pa. And instead of devoicing to ta, this devoice to ta. And there is an aspiration. There isn't an aspiration difference between the fricatives. So this went from rong to hong because there isn't a hong. I don't even know how to do it. But I would assume it's something like home, home, like just put a lot more breath into it. Which, yeah, aspirated fricatives are kind of really weird to me, but I think they're in Korean. Like, there's a difference between sa and sa. Actually, sa is kind of easier to do, but I guess it's because I can just think of it as like an S followed by an H. But for this one, to me, these are all like variations on H, so I can't really do hum, hum. There's no, I can't do it. Yeah. So B becomes P for skin, This I'm pretty sure is just onomatopoeic, so I put down slurp, and then this actually took it in and did the sound changes regardless. To bring die, going to da, yeah, da. And going from ma nge to well, individually that would be ma and e, but because of the tone change, it becomes ma e. But yeah, these are both in the right tone. Thank you. Unfortunately, you have to force yourself to bed. Good night, Maxim. Sleep tight. Think about sound changes while you do so. But yeah, heavy going from zhong to zhong because is there anything I can but yeah, essentially because this is in a different tone to the ones before it, uh instead of devoicing to ch, this becomes zh. So zhong. Wait, did I still not explain Proto-Max? I think I didn't. I took all of the languages except for the Min group of languages. So that's why that's why it's named that. Uh yes, good. Yeah. Uh these are the Min languages. I took all the other Sinitic languages except for this group, which is why it's called Proto-Max. It's a pun, you see, and everyone loves puns. No one hates puns, certainly. Uh, yeah, to take na going to na. Should just delete this. Shouldn't be a question mark here. Maybe it's no, no. If it's no, then it'll be nuo instead of na. And the tone for Cantonese doesn't match anyway. I was thinking maybe lol and na could be related to each other, but not. But it doesn't work because the Cantonese. I need a default syllable to like fit tones onto, but the Cantonese uh yeah, the Cantonese would correspond to Mandarin which means Jinan instead of what we see here, which is old goes from you to jiu. Because I did change this one. This should be if we're going with only contrastive segments, I would have used this symbol. Or I should have used that symbol. This becomes jiu. Or jiu. Because in the end, the reason that this isn't contrastive is because this one, the schwa becomes all before a wa. So there is no o, but there is an o, and there is no I, but there is an a, and there is no a by itself or o by itself, even though there is like an opener, like you have to open your jaw wider, but it'll be a and all. To eat is weird, so I'm just deleting that and not attempting a reconstruction for it. Thigh, tway. The original tone is 5/5, so it goes from tui to tway, which is a small change, all things considered. Thick goes from rao to ho. Yeah, rao to ho, which is predicted. What we predicted. Long goes from jiong to chang. That's not right. That's not right. Chuang, chuang. Is chuang a valid syllable? Is the question here. The only one I can think of that is possibly that would be window. So let's see what Wiktionary has to say about it. Yeah, you do have chuang. Oops, I need more water. But yeah, chuang for window. So, huh, huh. That might be a difference. There might be a difference here. Because we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Once we add more words in and have to deal with this. But this might be something else. This might have to be something else. So this one doesn't check out. I will have to well, this might be we still have like it's still like 40 minutes before I have to go. So let's just look at the other ones first. We'll leave this one for later. Tableau goes from chui to chui, which is as expected. Wood goes from muk to mu, which is good. To run goes from pout to paw. Yep. To fall goes from dia to dia, which is also correct. I goes from ngan to yang. That's good. Ash from hui to hui, which is good. Both versions of tail are here. So we have both moi and ni. Moi goes to vai, which is good. Ni goes to yi, which is also good. Dog goes from hey Stark, it's you. Uh dog goes from gout to go. Or wait, sorry, go because of the changes I've mentioned before. Allophony. Crying goes from cook to cool. Wait, cook to cool. Tai going from bong to bang. Yeah, bong to bang. To see going from con to kan. Sweet going from diam to tian. Rope going from jing to sheng. Shade going from im to yang. And shadow going from yang to yin. Bird, you have the N version of the bird instead of the T version of the bird. B. So you get niao to nyao, I think. Yeah, nyao. Or not, sorry, I stopped that too fast. It should be going from niao to nyao. Salt goes from yam to yang. Yep. Small goes from xiao to xiao. Or yeah, xiao to xiao. Wide. I have the once again the N version of wide, which is quan. Quan going to qua. Star going from xiang to 醒. In, going from li or li to li, which is basically unchanged. Hard going from ngang to yin. To grind, going from mo to me to me. To second, technically, going from ni to er. 3 going from sam to sa. 4 going from si to si. 5 going from ngu to u. 6 going from yu to liu. 7 going from qi to qi or qi. 8 going from ba to ba. Gao going from, or nope, this is gyu going, 9 going from gyu to jiu, yeah, jiu. 10 going from zhi to shi. And, oh, this is wrong. Liang. This should be liang instead of yuang. Let's continue though. Heart going from sim to xian or xiang or xian. I'm not sure. Gap or fingernail going from gap to jia, which is right. Teardrop going, or tears as in teardrop, going from lui to lui. And to die, going from si to si. Okay, so the issues we were having, the two things that are wrong are which ones were they? Second, which is liang. Liang has to go to liang, and the other one is shake. Let me save Jinan first. And I think the other one was chang, which is, so all the ones that end in yang are incorrect, I think. Which means, right, I could gerrymander this. Or what it's implying to me is that K gets lost before E by becoming ya first. And then all the other Ks merge into T. And then it gets lost along with the rest. Let's try that. We have this as our current, it's taking a while. I'm surprised it's taking this long. Normally it's a lot quicker. Yes, let's save that. Let's apply it again. Hope that it goes quickly. It is not. Okay. But anyway, let me, it's this one, right? I turn you off. Maximize you once more. And then drop you back in here. Oops. Don't know what was going on there. It's probably the result of a terrible mouse. I will have to get a new one soonish. I did say I was going to get it over Black Friday, but I didn't end up doing that. Okay, so we've saved that. So if we mess up, we can just revert it. But it seems like what I can do is to just do this. So the odd rounding has to be 12. Or rather, let me just make this our workspace. So after a bunch of changes, we want to lose k first, I think, is what we want to do. And then k loss second, and then this would be like 13 or something like that. And sorry, this would be k merge. K loss front. Let's see if this fixes it. We want words with like yaw in them. And then I'm just gonna remove all the other words. I guess I should keep some ong words for comparison. Should I? Yeah, whatever. We can add them back in later. And got, I think, should stay. What else? And then Jiang. And then Liang. Dang it. My mouse sucks. I wish I could shrink this bit. Go. And then we can remove the rest. And then we can apply that, which should tell us what's going wrong. Those are actually fine. So this is fine. This is probably fine. Yeah, that's just right. Okay. So we want to lose that first and then round the yods. And then now it's just a painstaking process of making all the numbers make sense. So it's supposed to be like 14 now. And then like 15. Shoot, what was this? Okay, so this is 15. So everything should have 2 added to it. This one's 16, this one's 17. Which ironically gets us back to the very beginning. The numbering scheme of the very beginning, where it ends on like 18 or something. And that should be good. Let's call this Tinan 2 just in case there's anything that's messed up. And yeah, that took like half an hour less than I expected it to. Normally what I would do now is to cross-check again against that's an issue. Apologies to YouTube because I forgot to correct that. But yeah, this should be correct now. Yeah. But hopefully you were able to see what I was doing when I was fixing this. I think it was only the output column that wasn't showing. But yeah, I think normally what I do is to cross-check this on stream, but we've done that once already and I don't want to bore you. So instead, go find your own entertainment. I will I think I will end the stream here. yeah, I'll check it on my own time and then make a post on YouTube about whether I succeeded or not. Although I should, not although, but like I should also do a summary post for the first language, which is Harbin Mandarin. So yeah, uh, thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that jazz. And uh, let's see. What is my plan over the next however long? I will do well, will is a bit too strong, but I'm hoping to be able to do Outer Wilds at some point in the next week. But then after that, I'll probably be gone for another uh couple weeks, I think. But I will definitely, these streams will return on the 17th. I've already put up the schedule for my next Baldur's Gate 3 stream. And I think Outer Wilds at the latest will happen on the 15th. That is January 15th. So I'm basically gone for an entire month. Uh, so yeah. I am looking forward to the next Outer Wilds stream, which is why I'm hoping to do one like next week. But if not, then I will see you uh on the week of the 13th. But yeah, thank you all for watching. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye.